What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Spudley, and today I have a video for you guys which is going to be showing you the Easter egg for Classified on Black Ops 4 Zombies. What I strongly recommend from the very get-go when watching this video and when following this tutorial is to keep your Welling pistol at all times. What I mean by this is do not trade your Welling pistol out at all when doing this. I also would advise not doing this on solo, as a lot of the steps do require having a friend to watch a zombie. If you do this on solo, of course you will not have that person to watch the zombie, and it will make it very, very hard, as getting crawlers is not as straightforward as you would think it is on Black Ops 4 Zombies. What you want to do to start this off is run into this room and come up to this door, and what you actually need to do is hold square on the door, and what you will hear is that you start knocking. You will then hear a voice speaking to you and telling you to basically leave him alone and to not disturb him. What you need to do is just keep knocking on the door every single time he stops speaking. Do this about 4 times, and after doing this 4 times, you will hear Samantha start screaming. At this point, when she starts screaming, you are going to see 40 to 50 Nova gas crawlers randomly spawn into the map. This will happen at any round, so this can happen, as you can see, on round number 1, and this will mean that you can get a ton of points and also start this Easter egg. This is good for the Easter egg, and it's also good for gathering points on a very early round. You can get a minimum of around 5,000 points from this, but if you can get double points, it could sometimes be upwards of 7 or even 8,000 points. Once you're done with the Nova crawlers, you need to come down into the war room, and what you need to do is collect this key. It's as simple as coming here and just pressing square, and you will see that you take key number 5. Once you've got this key, all you then need to do is go back into the elevator, and you are going to go back to the room that we knocked on the door at the first part of this tutorial. What you're going to be doing now is getting your first code. There are 4 codes that you will be getting in total in this video for this Easter egg, and this is the first of the 4. This part is as simple as running into the main officer's room, going to the second desk and pressing square. Once you do this, you will see that the desk drawer pops out, and there is the first code. As you can see, for me the code is 7687, but here is a valuable step that will help you later in this Easter egg. You have to enter all of the codes that you gather into a machine, and you have to do it in a specific order. This is actually the second code that you will have to enter, so when you write this down, write it down as second. Once you have done that, what you now need to do is head down to the laboratories and turn on the power, and now we're going to be getting our second code for this Easter egg. Once you have turned on the power, all you need to do is come left of it straight out the door to this window, and you're just going to want to throw a grenade through it. You can throw any grenade. It can be an acid grenade or a normal grenade. Either one will work, and if done correctly, you will see that a code spawns on the wall, and this is the code that you want to put down as third. Now that that's done, what you need to do is come into the war room, and we're going to be turning on the defcons, but we're not turning them on normally. We're doing it in the exact order that I do it in. First one that you need to do is the one that I just turned on right there. You then need to come down the stairs and go into the server room, and you're going to want to turn on this defcon as defcon number 2. Once you have done that, you need to then run back up the stairs, and you're going to get the one to my right that is up the stairs, and that will be defcon number 3. Once you've done defcon number 3, come down the stairs, and you're going to go directly below it to defcon number 4, which is the one we are going to get right there. Once you have done this, all you need to do is jump into the teleporter, and you're going to be put into the panic room, and this is where we're going to get our third code. It is as simple as running over to the TV with the fuzzy screen and just pressing square. Once you do this, the TV will move backwards and the code will appear. All you now need to do is write this code down, and write this down as code 4th. This is the 4th code that we will be using when we put them into the machine in the specific sequence. Now that that's done, what you're going to be doing is pack-a-punching the Welling pistol so that you can do the next step. This is as simple as turning on the defcons and going to area 51. Bear in mind that you do not have to do this in any specific order this time. Just turn on the defcons in any order you want and then head into the teleporter. As I just said, you're going to be wanting to pack-a-punch the Welling pistol, so do that and then head back into the war room.
Why would Richtofen want us to come here? It is very boring.
Once back in the war room, what you're going to do is take the teleporter and you're going to go back to the starting area. What you're going to do is run through the conference room, go outside, and you're going to go where the 4 pictures are on the wall. We're now going to be using the Welling pistol that we pack-a-punched, and I honestly just recommend shooting a bunch of bullets into these pictures. It is a completely random order, just keep shooting in different random orders, and all of a sudden you will see that the 4th code does appear. When the code appears, all you now want to do is write this code down as number 1, as this is the first code that you are going to be using in the next step when entering the codes into the machine. What we're going to do now is head into the war room, and we're going to enter these codes that we have gathered into the machine. The first code to enter is the one that we just gathered from the pictures, and we're going to enter this in as 1434 because that is the code that we gathered. Now don't go entering my code in and think that you can do this, because it will not work. You must get the codes for yourself when you do play, because it completely randomizes each code every single time. Once you've entered the code in, all you have to do is press square to enter the code, and if done correctly, you won't hear anything telling you that you have failed. The second code that you want to put in is the code that we gathered from the main office. For me, this code was 7687. Once I've done that, all I need to do once again is hit square and press enter, and now we're going to go on to code number 3, which was the code we got from the laboratories. Again, in my case, this code was 6207. So as again, I'm going to enter this code in, I'm going to press enter, and there will be no issues and everything will work, and we can move on to the 4th and final code, which was the code that we got in the panic room. So now we're going to enter the code that we got in the panic room, which was 4330 in my case. And that is going to be the final code. And once you do this, you're going to get some very interesting information, and you are going to be ready to head down to Area 51 for the final part of this Easter egg. Now, I advise making sure for this next part that you are ready, because what you have to do is go to Area 51 and you have to survive 3 straight rounds without leaving. This is not the easiest thing to do, so I would advise doing this on as low of a round as possible, but if you do happen to be on a higher round, make sure that you have perks, make sure you have shields and good weapons to do this, because otherwise you will be in a bit of a pickle when you do get to Area 51. This part is as simple as just turning on the defcons once again to activate the pack-a-punch. There's no specific order required. Once turning on all of the defcons, go into the pack-a-punch and you will get to Area 51. And like I say, this is the biggest part of the whole thing. Survive 3 rounds, and if you do so, there will be a very nice reward waiting for you. That is the Winter's Howl. You will get an achievement when doing this, but I believe that the only person that gets the achievement is the person that does actually take the Winter's Howl. So you would have to do this a few times to get everybody that you're playing with the achievement, and they would have to be the person that picks up the Winter's Howl. Bear in mind when you're down here for this step that the zombies will spawn from all angles. There is nowhere that you can camp. They are just going to come at you from everywhere. So what I advise doing is just moving around and keeping an eye on what's around you. And also I would advise having your specialist weapon fully charged when doing this. That way, if there's any trouble, you can very quickly use your specialist weapon to get you out of any bad situations, and obviously to take care of the zombies. Another good thing to have is the Elixir Temporal Gift, I believe it is called. The one that extends power-ups for a longer period of time. If you get an insta-kill down here and you use that, you're pretty much good as gold. It's going to get you through all the rounds. And finally, the last thing to say is that if somebody by accident goes through the teleporter back into the war room, what is going to happen is it's going to reset and you have to come back here and start all over again. So bear that in mind when doing this. It's actually not too hard to do, honestly, if you do it at a decent round. We did this really, really easily. Bear in mind, you've obviously got the pack-a-punch and everything in front of you, so if you have enough points, you can of course just pack-a-punch a gun, and that will make it a lot easier. But anyway, I hope that this tutorial has helped you all out. Thank you for watching this video and giving me the chance to show you the Easter egg on Classified for Black Ops 4 Zombies. If you are new around here and you're not already subscribed to my channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And I'm going to leave you guys with the final stages of this game, where we get the Winter's Howl and we complete the Easter egg. Massive, massive thank you. Leave a like on the video, show some love, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, Potato Army.
We did something! Shouts for everybody! And by everybody, I mean me. And maybe Dempsey, if any left. Ooh, he's colder than the Russian winter.
Fetch me their souls!
You won't get a new wreath on the rifle.
This fine Nikolai is cat person.
Max ammo!